Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out a game by Still Alive Studios called Bus Simulator 21. Obviously for the 21st century. No, it's 2021. Anyway, if you remember a while ago, well, quite a while ago, I did a preview of the previous Bus Simulator game, which I believe was the Bus Simulator 18. And I had quite a bit of fun with that game, you know, despite the fact that it's a completely niche, sort of calm, casual game. So I thought, hey, this would be good to try. Bus Simulator 21. I wonder what kind of upgrades we're gonna get. So, without further ado, let's get on with it.
Steps. We decided on a connection from Oakwood to West Oakwood. West Oakwood is a good opportunity for developing your transit company further.
And it's also got an amazing nightlife. There's so much culture waiting to be discovered there, day and night.
That's a great idea. How about we include more stops on the route from St. Anthony to West Oakwood? That way we can also stop on the way back from Oakwood.
It's like people were just waiting for an opportunity to see West Oakwood.
So, that's basically the campaign. Talking about what would be good to do, because just like in the previous Bus Simulator game, we are developing our bus company, and I suppose for some reason this big American city does not have a working public transport, at least as far as buses are concerned. So we're developing that, and you know, we're creating lines and so on and so forth, and here we can see the buses going. So this UI is a little bit nicer, I would say, than the previous game. In some aspects, it's a little bit easier to control and create stuff, and in some aspects, it's also a little bit weird because, for example, the game is showing me all the bus stops at the moment, which is fine, but these are not all the bus stops that our bus lines have. It would be nice if it would only show us, for example, if I were to select a route, like let's select route 1. See, it makes them a little larger, which is fine, but I would like it to be a little bit clearer so I can see at a glance immediately which bus stops our buses are using. Otherwise it can get a little bit confusing, but hey, I'm nitpicking. Anyway, I wanted to start the game here at the bus shop, pretty much, so I can show you what kind of buses you can get. Now, one important thing to note is that now, in this game, you have two cities available. One is a European city, which I haven't tried yet, and, wow, that's quite a lot of traffic. And this American city. So I thought to myself, hey, you know, it was a European city only, I believe, before. So now let's try an American city and see how that goes. Because we'll have American buses, we'll have American cars, rules of the road, and so on. So this is going to be quite interesting. Also, I'm currently only playing in this area. But if we zoom out, there is a lot more to this city than meets the eye. So that's quite exciting, actually. Because this place already feels reasonably large. I won't lie. Obviously, you know, you won't spend an hour driving from one side to the other. You can be there fairly quickly, but it feels large enough. However, seeing all of this still to be unlocked is pretty exciting. Anyway, let's go back to the buses. So, you might imagine my surprise when I started in the American city and I started with a European bus. Like, not a European bus sold in America, but a European bus running in Europe only. So, you've got your, you know, regular MAN trucks, Mercedes trucks. Oh yeah, let's go to bus manufacturer. There we go. So we've got Alexander Dennis, we've got Dennis trucks, we've got Bluebird. Here we go, there's an American truck. Actually, I believe Bluebird is Canadian. I'm not sure. I'm not completely a bus person. But yeah, you can see that it's sort of much different from European buses. We've got BID, which is Chinese. We've got Grande West, which I believe is American as well. And then that's it. The rest, and there's plenty of buses. Don't get me wrong. They're nicely detailed. They look good. There's plenty of options, articulated, non-articulated. You've even got, if we scroll all the way down here, oh, look at these. You've even got, where was it? That was right here. A double-decker, which is pretty cool. It's the only double-decker in the game, but, you know, that's pretty cool. The only problem I see is that for an American city, I think they're saying that there might be more American licensed buses in the game, but I was kind of confused when I was just driving European buses with even kilometers per hour on the speedo in an American city. It just doesn't feel right. And the fact that you only have 2 or 3 actual American buses available is a bit of a letdown. And the fact that you start with very low money, for example, I've got 118,000 now in like 5 buses. These American buses, 380,000 for this one, and these guys start at $500,000. So you can't really say, oh, I'm just gonna buy an American bus to start off, and that's it. So anyway, let's go do that drive a route at night thingy it says down there, so I can show you a little bit about driving. So let's get this route number 3, which is a night route. We're going to... That's the weird thing. You can't just select a route and say drive. Yeah, I believe that's how it was before. I can't quite remember. So now what we need to do is... See, I don't know if this is a pinkish route. So I think it's this one. This one. So we need to go there, I guess. See, there's no way to actually go there. We need to... where's the fast travel? I was able to fast travel before. How did I do that? Select. It's so confusing. Because we're stuck over here. And in order to fast travel there, how was I... Can I only fast travel to these points? Yeah, fast travel. There we go. Oh, there's a fast travel. I'm being stupid. As per usual. So, we'll catch this bus. There we go. Hello. And the nice thing is, you can either ride the bus, or you can tell the guy, hey,
enjoy the ride, or
get out of there. I'm going to drive it. So, number 1 and 2 closes and opens the doors. Are we leaning? Okay. We need to close the other doors as well. Okay. Right. So, my confusion began here. See, this is the problem. Make sure your bus is stationed here. When you go to the settings, you've got plenty of settings, which is very nice. You've got general settings, you know, how the ramp is going to behave, if it's going to be realistic or simplified, automatic kneeling, speed limiters, and so on and so forth. It's very nice. Driving, how you want your driving to be realistic. I don't really see a huge difference in realistic and simplified, to be completely honest. But the cool thing is, it allows you to do mouse steering. Or it even allows you to do full mouse driving, which means turn with left and right, accelerate or brake by moving the mouse up and down, which I would not recommend at all. Anyway, yeah, mouse steering is good. You know, American and Euro Truck Simulator are completely and very nicely playable with mouse steering. They've, I think, perfected the mouse steering inputs. But here, it's a little different. So, if I press the right mouse button, I can look around, right? You're a little underdressed for this weather, ma'am. You can look around, but if you notice, the steering wheel is also moving. So, if you look up front, well, actually, we're kind of lucky that we were going straight right now, and we're being late actually because I was showing you all that stuff. But a lot of the times, oh, it's green. A lot of the times, you'll get confused and you'll have to sort of make sure the camera is in the right place, centered with the steering wheel. It's very odd. Also, the fact that you can move the steering wheel however fast you like is fairly unrealistic.
I'm still not sure if I wouldn't be faster by bike.
Oh yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, the horrific chats are back within the bus of the passengers. I know this is a low-budget game. Okay, someone wants to get off. And I know... Oh, jeez. And I know that it would be very difficult to create
course, honey.
varied chat that would not, you know, repeat.
Right
It would
on.
not sound all the same all the time. We'll talk about the traffic in just a bit.
Bye.
But a lot of it is just it's I don't know, it's cringeworthy, I suppose. It's very annoying, especially when you hear it more than one time. So we're gonna let people on. So I have to say the actual act of driving a bus and interacting with the passengers
Single ticket, please.
is reasonably fun still. Maybe I should lower the volume. Also, this I believe is quite unrealistic. I have been on American buses and I've never seen a thing where they can return your money like that. Audio. I believe. Let's do it like that. I believe that I haven't seen any buses over here do that either. It's all. Maybe I should close the doors. Have I closed the doors? I believe that it's all.
I think you left someone behind.
Yeah, well, they didn't get on, so there you go. You use cards to get on buses here. Whoa, I didn't even see that. Okay, so let's talk about the next problem. When you move
there's a ladybug on
left and right, to fall asleep, don't forget to wake them up at the end of your route. Okay. When you move left and right, the camera also moves left and right, which is fine because that allows you to look into corners. However, when I'm here at an intersection, I want to look left. Okay, everything's free. But see now my view was not centered, and my steering is not centered either. It's difficult to explain, but it is extremely annoying and unintuitive because you have to keep wrestling with the camera to keep it straight. I believe there is a button to reset the camera to the center, but I don't want to deal with that stuff. I just want it to work. Okay. Did you pay for your ticket, ma'am? Let's go check it out.
Here.
She has a ticket. You just click on people. Oh, the tickets are invisible, it seems.
I sent in my application for a driver's
There we go. So that bonk was a fine dodged by was a fine because someone dodged the fare. Because, you know, if you've seen, some people just get on without actually buying a ticket, which means that they usually have a ticket, or, well, they don't have a ticket and they're trying to dodge the fare. So the good thing is, the city looks pretty nice. It's quite nicely detailed, you know, within reason. And, yeah, I enjoy that quite a bit. So the driving is alright. I mean, you're driving a bus, you're not driving a race car, obviously, so, you know, driving characteristics are going to be a little bit different than your race car on a racetrack. But that's to be expected, and it's nice to be able to drive something like this.
That's what I call good service.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I call good service. Or some people will say, oh, that was the perfect parking position. And, you know, things pertaining to your actual driving, which is just, I don't know, I find it so cringeworthy and weird. I understand what they're trying to do, like most of these sort of casual games when you're doing something like this. They're trying to give you some kind of a feedback.
Was that a ghost?
It's just, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. I think I should probably just turn off passenger. Oh, I'm supposed to stop here, aren't I? Oops. That was not a good... Perfect timing, correct use of an indicator. Fortunately, it doesn't say anything about stopping. I'm not sure what's going on with the rear view mirrors, but I swear they used to be a lot smoother than that. And now, for some reason...
Oh, no!
Wait a second.
I forgot it.
There.
You asked me
There it is.
Yeah, now for some reason, they're just choppy as all hell. And I don't really understand why. See, now I'm trying to go left. There we go. Okay, that actually works. Did they fix that or something? I don't know. I don't think they have. Also, you can see that I'm sort of just barging through intersections and such. That's mostly due to the fact that looking around by using the right mouse button is a chore that usually ends up in the camera being completely off kilter, and me trying to get it back into position and then moving the steering wheel of the bus into a completely strange direction. Also, you might have noticed that I don't have my lights on. Well, you'd be wrong. I do have my lights on. Bus stop ready for upgrade. I do have my lights on. They just don't seem to do anything. When you get close to cars, you can actually see that you have the lights on, but when you're like this, and there's no one in front, nope.
I already showed you my ticket.
You can't really see it. So, see, lights are off, parking lights, headlights, and that's it. I don't really know what the hell is going on there. Why the roads... See, now we're going straight, but we're actually looking that way, so it's just...
My dog loves swimming, and then running onto my dry towel and rolling all over it.
See, it's just random quips like that, just like in the previous bus simulator, and I don't know, I'm kind of starting to hate it.
Every single conversation is secretly a conversation, just waiting to happen.
So, again, I'm barging into a road, into an intersection without looking whether it's safe or not. Shut up.
Come on, it wasn't that loud.
Yes, it was. Just because I don't want to use the right mouse button. Oh yeah, let me show you the windscreen wipers. Do you see all the streaks on the windows, on the windshield? On, off, on, off. See? I'm turning the wipers on or off. On or off. I thought that was a bit bizarre. Why did they do that? I mean...
You know, it's called a turn signal for a reason.
Oh yeah, they also commentate on your driving like that, which I don't think would ever happen in real life. I don't think there has been a single instance in the entire world, in the history of buses ever, that a passenger would say, you haven't used your turn signal. Well, maybe there is. Maybe in these days there was, you know, a Karen or something somewhere who would mention that. We're going so fast that if this turns red, there's no way of stopping. Also, just like before, you have to be careful not to use harsh braking. You do have a retarder, I believe, which you can use, which, yeah, has 3 positions, and it works, and people don't seem to mind that. They do seem to mind the harsh braking. Harsh braking just entails pressing the brakes for too long, basically.
Right on time, thank you.
Let's just talk about this whole European truck in an American setting. Now, I know this might be nitpicking, but this whole game is about buses. It's about immersing yourself in being a bus driver.
Sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of Dodgers here.
Here you go.
Also, the interior of the buses are pretty nice. I mean, they always look immaculately clean. But there you go. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, you know, the whole idea is to... See, now we're going right. I have to center the camera. The whole idea is to drive buses. Oh, I've just crashed because the camera didn't turn right enough. Brilliant. Also, sometimes it's not so much of a problem here as it was in the previous game. It was a big problem before with the AI traffic, where the AI traffic was so careful. They basically never wanted to actually going to an intersection, which created giant bunches of vehicles, which went never. What is up with my English today? Which went, you know, nowhere. A little bit like this now. This guy, he wants to go left. He's got a yield there. There you go. But he's actually going. And in the previous game, it took forever for these jams to clear. And a lot of the times, in order to keep to the timetable or to get anywhere at all, you had to actually be a complete nutter and just overtake everyone on the wrong side of the road or on the pavement or whatever.
Ever since then, he's been
it was quite unrealistic, unfortunately, but that was the only way to actually get past the horrific AI. Now, I have to say that the AI has been improved here a little bit. The AI drivers are better at being more assertive and actually going when they should, but they're still quite careful. And that is especially true for when you get into an intersection. Everyone is unnaturally and very unrealistically...
No. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you let me out?
Yeah, fine. I don't think that's allowed in the US, just stopping where it's not a bus stop and just going. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, look at this. What are you doing? I have the right of way.
I hope I'll be able to catch some sleep.
Yeah, if you get towards an intersection, well, that guy notwithstanding, but if you get into an intersection and you use your blinkers, you will suddenly see that turning the blinkers on and off actually sort of controls the AI traffic on the other side,
So, where should we
because
head
they will
next?
immediately stop and give way. A lot of the times, anyway. We ticket 3 of them. Okay.
Thank you.
What about that other one? I always like to check them because, oh yeah, the walking is pretty fantastic.
Sure thing.
So yeah, that's it kind of takes away from the whole realism thing. I do wish that the AI traffic was a lot better, to be completely honest. So I'm confused why I'm not getting that thing completed, the drive route at night. This has happened quite a few times. This bus stop sucks. Yeah.
Hi. A ticket, please.
Let me see, a ticket. Regular ticket, week ticket 1. Yeah, also, at least in Oregon...
Just one ticket, please.
One ticket, regular, one trip ticket.
Thank you.
Oh, someone wants to get on a wheelchair. So we have to close the doors, extend the ramp, and then open the doors for them. There we go. Yeah, at least in Oregon, and also California, where I've used the American buses, there we go, I finished it, and it doesn't give me the mission complete for some reason. Yeah, they don't actually sell you tickets like that. I mean, they do sell you tickets, but you have to have the exact change or one of those bus cards. They do not give you change back. So that's one of my complaints about using European buses in an American setting like this. The city is very nice. I like that. Also, I should probably turn off my wipers. Yeah, it's very weird because, like I said, you see kilometers per hour on the speedo. At first I thought, hey, wait a second, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do buy these European...
I took a walk in Silva Park and saw a colony of seagulls. I didn't know they settled that far inland.
Kill me. Yeah, I didn't know. Hey, I drove a route at night. Why? I don't understand. Why don't they...
Of course.
Here's the ticket. And here's a picture.
There you go.
Why don't they give me that complete? I've had that problem a few times already, like I said. And I don't know why it doesn't work.
Thank you.
Sometimes the game just refuses to acknowledge that you've done something that you know you've done. And I don't really understand it. Are you gonna unkneel? There we go. If it's gonna say I left a passenger behind, you're too early according to schedule. If you're 300 seconds too early, you're considered out of hours. Okay. I'll just go real slow. Hey everyone, we're just gonna park here for a little while. I know I should use my blinkers, but hey, it's annoying. So anyway, yeah, we also can talk about this. This is quite nice. You can create routes, you can add buses to them. However, sometimes, for example, when I had to add a bus to go from Highlander Park to Oakwood and West Oakwood, I added a bus, a full-time bus, and then waited for that time, and I went onto that bus and it said free roam. So I had to try a few times for it to actually register. Oh, you are actually on this route. Shut up in the back. Holy moly.
When can I come?
Oh, Jesus. Get me out of here. This should be quite funny, actually. You can't just walk away. No? I think last time they said, you can't just walk away. Yeah. But the fighting with the game's, you know, objectives is a bit annoying because sometimes it just refuses to work flat out for some reason. And I still don't understand why this is not considered driving a route at night. Because I don't even know which route. Oh yeah, this is this route. And the schedule here just says, see, from 4 to 24. So I guess the night one would be here? But you can actually add a nighttime route. I don't think. You can only add full-time and peak time. Unless, of course... No. Nope, that's not it. Nope. But never mind that. Don't really know what's going on with that. But yeah, I think my biggest complaint is, well, one, the passenger chatter. It just really gets annoying. I think it would be just better to... I think a much better solution would be just to have random chatter in the back that you cannot really understand. You know, like someone talking on the phone. Things like that. Or maybe if you have a full bus of people, just people talking all the time, but you cannot really make it out. Instead of this, like, oh, I have a cat. His name is Tibby. Would you like a picture of him? It's like, oh no, I don't want to hear that again. It's just so bad. I know it might sound petty that I'm complaining about this, but, you know, it's just something I feel like they could have spent better time on something else and energy and budget. I know it might also sound that it would be a bit dead if you didn't do that. Oh yeah, there you go. But yeah, I stand by that. It gets quite very, very annoying. Also, I'm turning left from a right lane. I don't know if that's an actual thing here because there's no markings. But there you go. But yeah, my biggest complaint really is that you've got this nice little city. I also don't know what the hell is up with this pixel. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but there's a pixel here at the center. And I thought for a moment yesterday that my monitor had developed a dead pixel. And fortunately, that's not it. It's something in the game. Like maybe a reticle in the middle? I'm not sure. Anyway, let me show you. Here's the retarder. The sounds are very nice. I do have to say that the sounds are quite nice. Of the buses. Oh, there's one of my buses on the right there. I cannot quite there. Ah, see, I cannot quite show you because I turned the bloody wheel when I turned the camera. There you go. Yeah, but that's my biggest complaint. You're playing in an American city, but you don't start with American buses, and you don't... See, as soon as I turned on my blinker, he went. Yeah, you just play with European buses, which is fine, but it just sort of takes away from the whole thing. Okay. We've got almost 2 minutes to go still, so we're just gonna keep everyone hostage until time runs out. Oh no, that bus wants to come here as well. But yeah, you know, you don't actually have to drive the buses if you don't want to. What you can do is just run an empire, pretty much. Is that woman waiting to get on? I don't know. We're just gonna get out of our own bus's way. But yeah, you can just do that and make money. Do we have a... Oh yeah, it's this corner that seems to be problematic here. Oh, she was waiting for the other bus, probably. Yeah. There's also multiplayer in the game now. I have not tried that. And like I said, this is a preview. This is not a review. This is just me giving you my thoughts. Now, here's the main thing. When I do previews of games, I try to play at least a few hours of them to get a good idea about what the game is about, how it plays, the mechanics, the graphics, the bugs, and so on and so forth. But sometimes, like with this game, I sort of have to make myself play it. Does that make any sense? Sometimes the game just grips me, and that was also sort of the same with Bus Simulator 18, the previous game. And I really quite enjoyed that, despite the fact, like I said, that it's a very casual, very niche game. But with this game, I don't know why. I think I was expecting a lot more, to be completely honest. I wasn't expecting pretty much a carbon copy with a new city of the game. Now, you know, I agree that there's probably a lot... Oh, why isn't... Come on. Sometimes it auto unkneels, and sometimes you have to press V for it to unkneel. Come on, I'm pressing V. There you go. But yeah, it feels like, to be honest, it feels like Bus Simulator 18 with slightly nicer graphics and, you know, with a new city. I don't feel like I'm playing a new game too.
I love jogging in Silver Park. It's so relaxing there at dawn.
Yes, it is. Very nice. So I don't know. And that's the reason why I didn't get gripped by this game. Like, you want to play me more. Why? Wow, there's 3 of my buses here in a row, mine and then 2 more. Let's stop here and get out of the way of the others. Perfect stopping. So yeah, those are my thoughts. There's probably a lot of stuff I still haven't shown you. Student tickets, 1 trip.
I heard that there's an animated spin-off of Spring of Affection in the works.
Oh god, Spring of Affection. That's the as that movie now in the game. See, why isn't oh, it is unkneeling. Okay. There we go. Yeah, but that's the reason why I haven't played for that long, because I had to keep making myself play over and over. And of course, one of the big problems was that there seems to be a few bugs here and there. Like this one, for example. Drive a route at night. You've seen me do it at night, but for some reason it just doesn't do it. It doesn't complete the game. I mean, the game. It doesn't complete the objective, despite the fact that I clearly have driven at night.
I need to purchase several tickets.
Okay, regular 1 trip 2. I've pressed G. Why can't I press G? I cannot use the ramp while I'm in the ticket view. That's a bit annoying. There we go. Alright. Anyway, like I said, those are my thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this little preview. I know it was a bit all over the place, and it's probably not what some people wanted to hear, or maybe the developer didn't want to hear, but, well, unfortunately, that's my thoughts. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time in another preview. Bye-bye.